Brad, what's going on? Good to see you.
I'm good, man. How you been?
Pretty good. What brings you in here today?
Man, today I'm kicking it with a friend I haven't seen in a while. Professionally and performance-wise, she goes by absolutely a singer-songwriter. Are you familiar with her?
No. I haven't heard her. Haven't heard her work.
Yeah, she's coming straight out of the UK, South London. She just dropped her debut album. It's called Cerebrum. So just excited to talk to her about the album, where she comes from, and what's happening next.
Can I get you something to drink in the meantime?
Yeah, for sure, man. We're gonna go with the elegant and timeless. That's the wave today.
Hello.
Oh,
How are you?
good to see you. Please have a seat. Have a seat.
Thanks. How are you doing today?
I'm great. You are, from my vantage point, like an incredible, as an artist, world builder. So before I dig into like the album and the crazy videos and stuff like that, I kind of want to work backwards. Like, what did your world look like from South London? What were you seeing as a child? Like, look, smell, like when you close your eyes and imagine I'm 10, I'm in my formative years as a child, I'm not in control of the radio. I don't know where I'm going half the time. What are you seeing? What are you doing?
That's such a beautiful question.
Thank you.
Yeah, back in South London, I would come home from school and my mum would be there with fufu,
Okay.
cooking in the kitchen, and then my little sister watching Paw Patrol. And then I'll
Nice.
run into the back garden, because we had a studio in the back garden, just create music.
Nice.
And there's always music in the house. My family's all musical. My dad taught us everything we know musically, and my sister is also an artist. So yeah, it's always just in my environment.
I'm gonna harp on the coolest thing I heard within all that, which is food and fufu. So
Yes.
one parent is Ghanaian, or you can just, what's the background of, as far as your parents and stuff like that culturally?
My mom is Ghanaian
Yeah.
and Swiss.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So that's, I'm assuming on that side, because my family, both my parents are from West Africa, Cameroon.
Oh,
So I
nice.
know what it's like to have some things that from our in-house menu that aren't necessarily in things that you're going to see in restaurants down the street. So as far as like just, before we even get into music and your father and stuff like that, culturally, how do you think some of those things that your mom brought to the table and just like your internal surroundings, how do you think that kind of is reflective in who you are today?
I got my faith like embedded in me from my grandma,
Okay.
my mum. She's always praying for me, for the family.
Classic grandmother.
Yeah.
Doing as she's supposed to. That's really
Yeah.
cool. And you said your dad is a musician.
He is, yeah. He actually manages myself and my sisters.
Okay.
And he like is a songwriter as well. He produces, and he used to like produce as a hobby. He would have people coming in and out the house. We used to write together,
Okay.
and I would watch him do what he does, and then I started to do it by myself.
Okay.
And I kicked him out of the studio and said, "It's my turn." Welcome, guys.
This is a beautiful space.
Thank you.
Incredible.
We have a magical rack of clothing that's appeared.
Well, let's get into that chat. Obviously, you have your own unique sense of self and style. When I was first introduced to your work, I kind of came thinking it's kind of like a mashup of like a goth, punk, 90s. Correct me if I'm wrong. What do you think? Am I accurate?
There's elements of the 90s punk, but I would say, imagine it's 3040
Okay.
and the world has ended and somebody started a clothing brand.
Okay.
This is it.
Hey.
This was actually made by Gavanch, who's an amazing designer.
Incredible.
But yeah, and couture. I love corsets and mixing styles together.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I won't make it to 3,000 or something, but you're making it
I
very
don't think I will
enticing. You're making it very enticing. We thought on our side it'd be really cool to bring some of our closet to kind of mix and match with the looks that you have in your closet. We have our stylist here, Raf Talaat, and he'll be able to walk you through a bunch of our pieces, and then you can kind of take it in and see what works for you, and then we'll put together a couple looks. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
So here we are. We have some amazing options for you. So first off, what stands out to you? What's catching your eye right now? The silver.
Beep, beep, beep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on over here. So this is an amazing set. Definitely matches that futuristic apocalyptic
For
style
sure.
you got going on.
So
And it comes
cool.
with these amazing gloves as well. Definitely want to give this a try, see what this looks like on you.
This is really cool.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
I have something that would pair really cool with this.
There's this amazing brand Fuko, and they have these great little furry pieces. These are really fun too. These are some like puffer boot covers as well. They also have like a lot of cool accessories and whatnot.
Okay.
All right, should we try some stuff on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Your performance name is absolutely. Initial thought when I hear it is this is an incredible like call of affirmation. You know, it's like declarative every time someone says it and you say it to yourself.
Exactly.
Yassine Bey, but he used to go by Most Def. Some of the lines that he had, I'm Most Def, not think so. You know, so when I learn about Absolutely, I'm like, this is really dope. Maybe potentially a tough Google search, but then there is like her, The Weeknd,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
like there are
true.
all the people. So why, yeah, you will take it that way. But what went into kind of declaring yourself Absolutely?
Well, it's kind of ironic because I'm very indecisive. And I chose the name Absolutely, which is like a definite, it's like sure. You know, like there's no room for not knowing. And I like to like just become that character, like somebody who's like so sure
Yeah.
of who she is, and like there's no room for doubt, like just fierce.
Yeah, and you're someone who has, correct me if I'm wrong, been going pretty hard on the writing front since like your early teens as
Yeah.
far as being a creative. When did you really kind of identify this as a thing like you truly wanted to do and saw a potential future in professionally?
Well, I started writing around the age of like 11, 12, and I was just pulling samples up and just freestyling
Okay.
melodies. And then I got so much better. And then I signed my publishing deal at the beginning of lockdown, and that was when I really was like honing in on it.
Okay.
I was by myself,
Okay.
learning how to record myself better. When I was like, oh, I'm actually pretty good at
You're
this.
all right, yeah.
I'm all right. And I started writing for like Normani and Anita and David Guetta, some other amazing people. After lockdown finished, I went to LA, found some amazing people to work with. I started working with Dave Hamlin, who produced my album, and that was when I discovered like my sound.
That is a pivotal moment, right? Because you're making a living. I mean, that's many a creative's dream is to be positioned in a way that you're working with. I mean, Anita, like international pop figures, clearing some nice checks, you know, doing things that are landing and sticking, getting placements. What was it that you think you had going on inside you that was like, no, I have to present my story, my vision, and really get these thoughts and ideas out?
I've always just had my own world that's not like anything else that I've written, and I have to put myself in other people's shoes to write for them. But when it's me, it's like it's new, it's fresh, and it just, I don't know how to explain it. It just,
You know, understanding that there's only so much you can give to other people
yeah.
while, you know, keeping some things within and closeted. So it's
Yeah.
it's a you would say like this is a nice vehicle to kind of get everything out.
Yeah, for sure.
Going, I guess, jumping forward a bit, like actually one of your big entry points was like a series of like EPs that you put out.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. Okay.
We don't talk about
Oh, we don't talk about the EPs. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I just don't want anybody to find them, but people have been finding them.
Okay.
It's just, it's not what I want people to think that I sound like. you
Okay.
know?
Well, I mean,
It's part of my journey, though.
I was just about to say, part of the
Yeah.
creative's journey is kind of making some shit that you don't like in hindsight.
Yeah.
You know, so as far as like the lessons in the archival songs that you have, hopefully never to be found again, what are some of the things that you kind of learned in your early creative days that, you know, inform where you're headed now?
Every song that I made was like a step closer to being where I am now. Every song was a lesson. Just trying new things, listening to new artists. And yeah, it just expands my mind. And I'm a sponge, so I soak in like everything that I hear.
His name escapes me, but he's like one of like the forefathers of like the podcasting era and stuff like that. And one like
Yeah.
poignant thing that he said is when you're a young creative and you want to get into the business of making things, of course you're inspired by so many people. If you're a filmmaker, you're like, oh, I want to make stuff like Spielberg, or I want to make stuff like, you know, Spike Lee, or whatever the case may be. And then when you get into it and you take your iPhone or digital camera and you start shooting, the hardest thing to deal with initially is like, that my little clip doesn't look like Spike. This is very like ungood.
Ungood.
You know, so you know, for you talking about like making some of your stuff early on, how hard was it, or like what was your experience like making some stuff that probably didn't sound like, you know, the music that you really appreciated, but like getting closer, and like the fails of being, you know, in the beginning stages?
In that time, I was listening to music that kind of sounded similar to what I was making. I used to just listen to like underground SoundCloud artists, and I would just put like random playlists together. So I think a lot of like the lyrics and the sounds came from that. And then once I expanded and I found Bjork and FK Twigs and Cocteau Twins and things like that, that was when I was like soaking that in, and it became something else.
Man, I really, again, the fandom continues. You just said Cocktail Twins, and I just got put on to them maybe a couple months ago with my brother. I have not bothered to read lyrics a lot of the time. If I'm being honest,
can't tell what they're
I have
saying.
no clue what they're saying.
I know.
But the vibe and the feeling is all there. And it's funny that
Seriously.
you mentioned them, because before you really dig into your work lyrically, you've created like an entire atmosphere. I guess I'll use this as my jumping point into the album, because the first track on the album is ballpark 60 seconds of just like atmosphere, like really just setting the table.
Yeah.
So Cerebrum is out, and people are excited about it. You've already built up quite a fan base, but like how important was it for you to set the table sonically at the top of the album the way you did?
Well, I think it's just a great introduction to like my universe, and all of the sounds like fit. They're all like different worlds, but it all fits in the same universe. And like when you hear that first song, it's like, wow, like you're being transported into that universe.
Yeah.
I mean, I love getting creative with clothes, you know what I'm saying? I'm envious of Abby right now. Like, I'd love to be surprised with some, like a rack of clothes and just take it to my closet and mix and match. I feel like I'm taking over. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
This is your space.
Thank you. I know, I appreciate, I thank you for giving me like the space to just kind of like do my thing, you know what I mean? Abby, how's it looking in there?
I'm ready.
All right, come on out. Wow. Okay. Wow, you killed that.
Thank you.
How did you put this together so fast? I'm curious right now.
So this is a latex dress.
Okay, wow,
And I saw the silver and I was like, yeah.
perfect.
And then this skirt was extremely mini.
Okay.
So I just made it a little,
Okay,
you know.
fast and quick.
Yeah, and
Make
then
it work.
the space boots, Jeffrey Campbell.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then my earring broke yesterday, so I have one, but I'm owning it.
You're
And
killing it.
glasses. Yeah.
I wanted to
you.
ask about your jewelry. What's on your neck?
This,
Yes.
this is from H. Lorenzo, I believe.
Okay.
This is, the stylist gave this to me.
Okay.
I'm not sure where
It's amazing. It looks great on you.
Thank you.
So what was like the inspiration behind this look?
It's giving cyber couture.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. You really have a way with words of describing
Thank you. I'm
your ideas. Yeah, this is amazing.
Thank you.
So where would you wear this to? Like, what is this, like a performance look? Is this a going out look?
I would wear this on stage. I would wear it to an event.
Okay.
I'd wear it to Target because I'm extra.
This is a Target look for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know?
This is
Skip
how
it.
you grocery shop, right?
Exactly.
Okay, this is great. Let's get a photo of you. If you can move right over here
Yeah,
for me.
okay. Should I stand on here just to
That
be
would be
extra?
great.
Oh.
Okay, yes, perfect.
Cute.
Here, let me help you down.
Thank you. Okay, look too.
Okay, so what are we feeling next? You know how to pick all the best pieces, I'll give you that. Creative.
That could be cool together.
Cool. Oh, you liked this top a lot
Oh yeah,
too.
I
I
do
don't know
like
if you
that.
want to.
Slay.
I'm excited.
Me
You're gonna
too.
have to top this though.
I'm gonna try my
We're
best.
gonna be hard critics now.
Shit.
Yeah.
Your attention to detail seems to be like quite like insane, like the way you stack vocals, the harmonies, the overall production, like I said, world building. Where did that come from, and like how did you kind of build that? Because typically a new artist isn't supposed to be as developed as far as the sound is concerned. I was not expecting a universe. Like typically when someone tells you like, man, it sounds like I'm in outer space, or it sounds like I'm in some other world, you're like, man, it sounds like next door. You know, so for you it's real. So like where did that really come from for you?
I was still learning how to produce, so I had to like compensate by using my voice as an instrument, and I would play around with different plugins and effects to like manipulate my voice to be something new, just spending hours recording myself.
One thing that something that really jumped out to me as I was like really getting into like the meat of the album is that it doesn't sound like anyone else. There are things that sound kind of familiar at times, but it's like uniquely you. Was that something that was important to you, or just kind of came naturally, you know, when you were kind of like developing, if you were developing a sound, or was it just more so like a kind of an organic thing?
Well, all of it was kind of organic, but it's like a combination. There's a fly on your drink. Go away.
Thank you.
It's like, it's like a combination of like everything that I listen to, but also with elements of like pop writing from when I've been writing pop songs. It just flows. Like I just get on the mic and I freestyle, and Dave's tracks are always so out of this world, so it's easy to create something new.
And yeah, Dave executive produced the album. How important is it
Yes.
to find someone, a creative partner that kind of you can rock with for the entire process? This isn't an album that has several writers on it, several producers on it. It is you and him, track 1 through 13. How did you guys find each other? And also, like, how is it, like I said, how important has it been to you to find like a creative partner who you can really flesh ideas out with?
My sister's engineer, Jenna, she introduced us. Yeah, I remember her playing a track from Dave, and I was like, this is so me, like I need this. And then she introduced us. We had a couple of sessions, and it was just like a perfect fusion of sounds. We're like building a whole world with each song.
Are you on the tracks, or are you a character? Like, am I supposed to be as a listener going, this is her life experience, and this is like a diary, you know, or is it like, you know, again, world building, you're an actress, you're the, you know, director, producer, writer, and, you know, all the above. Who are you in this universe?
Well, all of the songs come from a real place, whether it's just like an emotion that tells a whole story in itself, or something I've heard somebody say, but all of them are like me.
Got it.
Something I've lived.
Got it. One of my favorite tracks early on is Fever Dream. The lead character
Yeah.
is in a position where she feels the need to declare who she is and who she isn't in a relationship. How important do you think it is to kind of make a declarative stance when you are in the early stages of dating, situationships, all the above? Because I think this is a track that'll probably be very inspiring when it comes to like the classic, like, what are we conversations? You know,
Yeah. I think it's really important. It's like a trend to be in a situationship rather than being like actually claiming somebody.
Yeah.
And I think I've had a few situations where we just haven't been on the same page, evidently, in the song. But yeah, it's important to like discuss your values and what you want in the beginning, so that you don't end up with something like that happening. I mean, even when you do have those discussions, sometimes people still just do what they want to do.
Yeah. Things that don't get spoken about as much in this era is sequencing. Going from Fever Dream to Close to You is like, okay, this kind of makes sense, because Close to You is, you know, you're like really swept up in somebody despite knowing they're not truly yours, there's
Yeah.
lies and all these things going on. Is that too something that you've experienced?
Yeah. I don't know why. I keep going through the same thing. Like, it happens a lot. Maybe I'm just too, I don't know.
You talked about reoccurring patterns, and you have a track called
I do.
Patterns. So repeating actions that don't serve you well, how do you stop that?
Prayer and fasting.
Fast.
Seriously. That's why the song is so like cyclical. You know, it's
Absolutely.
like-
And the production on that track, especially, is something that I really love. You produce as well, and I'm imagining that you're coming and you're coming in with demos and stuff like that. Are you someone who is like building skeletons of a track, or are you really coming in with just melodies and stuff like that? What is a little bit of it?
Well, Symphony, I produced that
Okay.
myself. And then on album 2, which I'm working on now,
Okay.
I've been producing too. I just lay some chords down, find some sounds, or
Again, I don't want to fall into the trap of going crazy with compliments, but like Symphony, like I noted, is just like it's just like textured, and the development of it is insane. Again, like going back
Thank
to
you.
the whole world building, like, are you someone who's like a cinephile? Are you like digging into movies?
well, I love like sci-fi, fantasy, dystopian. I love like Interstellar, Annihilation, Inception, like mind-bending stuff. And I feel like my music, a lot of it could fit in that world too.
Abby, we're curious. How's it going in there?
I think I'm ready.
All right, come on out. Let's see what you did. Wow. Okay, you definitely topped the last look.
Yeah.
You did it.
Thank
you win.
you. Okay.
Let's start with this top piece. What is this?
This
What do you wear this for?
This is from Doll's Kill.
Okay, fire.
It's giving astronaut, and I really like it.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm liking this color theme of black and white right now.
Yeah. You're in black and white too. I love it.
We're matching. It's perfect.
Yeah. And then I kept on these moon boots. 'cause
Okay.
It's just,
It
making
fits
sense.
the vibe right now still. Yeah. I like this. This is beautiful. Amazing. And then the gloves layered underneath.
Oh, yeah.
I love that touch. That's beautiful.
Biker chick.
And honestly, I'm sure this wasn't on purpose, but I actually kind of like the way you brought the fringing of the liner out a little bit.
Yeah,
it gives a little bit more texture. It's on purpose. Yeah. No, it's cool. I love this. This is great. So where would you wear this? Not to Target.
I would wear this to space,
To space. Okay.
or
On your next moon venture, huh?
yes, I've had many.
Definitely like an event, or
Yeah,
like
an
meeting
event,
your
yeah.
friends for some drinks or something like
I
that.
mean, yeah, for
right?
sure.
Let me get
Stuff
another
on-
photo of you right here for this.
Okay.
It's giving astronaut
Exactly.
from the year 3000. So what made you put this look together? How'd you think of this to create this look?
Well, I like the lace, the loopholes here
Mhm.
with these ones,
I love it.
and all the textures, like all the strings.
So much texture going on. I love every
then
bit of
the-
it. And there's just the right amount of black in the outfit
Yeah.
to kind of incorporate it, where it's not too strong, but it's still a white look. I love this.
Thank you.
Amazing.
The track Window closes it out. I don't know. Is it Know You've Been Low? Let the wind blow. Take a breather. Open up the window.
Yes.
Let your fears go. Watch it unfold.
Yeah.
I mean, of all the lines, and there's so many great ones throughout the album, I think that's just a great mantra to take with you as far as like life. Like, things happen, adversity occurs. Where were you at mentally when you wrote that down? Because that's something I think that a lot of people can take with them, throughout.
That song I made when my team was like, we need one heavy hitting song, just one. And I was like, okay, I got it.
Light
and
work,
I,
okay.
Yeah, and I went in the studio and I was like, no, you've been up, that's it. It just flowed. I think I was like excited for the album to be finished and be put out, and just excited to share myself with the world. So yeah, it just flowed. I think a lot of the time my lyrics, I don't ever think them too much. They just come with the melodies. And that's what happened with this one.
I mean, it's so early in your career, you've already built like a bit of a crazy catalog with the visual perspective. music videos. I've seen you in the desert.
Yes.
I've seen you inside hourglasses. I've seen absolutely cry tears that in turn also have absolutely in the tears. I've seen you hold yourself in your hand. Where are these ideas coming from, and how important is it to create things that match the actual music?
Dano Cerny, he's the director, he came up with these amazing ideas. I needed something otherworldly, something not so straightforward. Yeah, something larger than life. Like, I love my visuals to be like so crazy. So yeah, Dano really just helped bring my vision to life and captured the emotion and the feelings and the colors and all of the songs. I feel like they really just matched.
So you just finished the tour. You're opening up for your sister Ray. What has that experience been like for you? The first proper tour, really going hard in the States. I would imagine it's the tour buses and
Yeah.
the whole deal. Being an opening act, I mean, I can only imagine. I've never been on the stage in the capacity you have, but like, you're coming on as an opening act. People are there, spending their hard-earned out to see whoever the headlining act is, and typically what happens is you come out there and a bunch of people are going like this as they like find their seats, get positioned, and it's your job to stay in the zone, be as confident as a person named absolutely should be, and convert
Yeah.
people into fans ideally. So like, what's that experience been like for you, and what are you taking away from it?
When my sister told me she wants me to come on tour, I was so scared.
Okay.
I was so scared because I haven't performed much before then. Yeah, I'm really introverted, so standing in front of hundreds of people singing is a lot. It's been amazing, really. I've grown so much and I've been out of my comfort zone so much, even just spending a lot of time and sharing a space with like 10 people every day and having only a little cubbyhole to sleep. It's been great for me to grow, for sure, and some nights were tough, and yeah, there's definitely people standing and staring just like this, and I'm like, bro, please smile at me.
Join in. Like,
Yeah.
hey, we all here to have a good time.
Yeah, but then there were some days that were like the best thing ever, and I felt like this was where I was meant to be.
And what's the experience been like for you, just trying to kind of carve out your own lane? Is it something that you are consciously thinking of as far as like, I got to make sure I don't look like this, and I'm super me, or is it again more something where I'm just putting on clothes and people will just set it out? Okay.
I'm just trying to be most authentically myself at all times, and trying to not let opinions and what other people think I should be looking like and doing and sounding like get to my head. Otherwise I'll be diluted, and I want to just keep looking forward, keep just being who I am.
Do you find that you're able to kind of exist in this space that is a very like fragile space? Like, you're creating things from like your heart, soul, mind,
Yeah.
and you're putting it out there, and then you get on social media and live your life, see comments. Do you participate in that at all? Are you looking for feedback in that way, or are you just kind of living in a space of, here I am, take it?
There's definitely part of me that's like checking the comments, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I know like art is subjective, and I want people to be able to take my art and see it how they want to see it. But of course I would love everybody to like it, for sure.
For sure.
Thank you.
All right, Abby, well, this was so much fun. Thank you for sharing your space with us.
Thank you for sharing
and
your
inspiring
place
me.
with me.
You've just given me so many new ideas now. So
Aw,
thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, likewise.
Raf, thank you so much for your expertise and your guidance. Absolutely. Thank you so much for being a Your
course.
home is incredible, and your style triple confirmed now is A1.
Thank you.
As we wrap, I just want to say, like, I'm excited for you know, to have a front row seat in your journey and to just see where you go from here on out, and to know that you're already like knee deep in another project is really cool. Cerebrum is, you know, one of the great debuts to me, and I'm really excited to share this. I know you got a jet, but don't worry about this. I'll handle it. Just it's always great to see you. Hopefully I get to catch you next time you're in town.
Bye.
Later. Fire.
Nice. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Your questions
And
were
thank
amazing.
you. I really appreciate it. Nah, it was
And
great.
I felt chill and
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Dope.
thanks,
Take care.
guys.
Yep.
You're just gonna walk out now.
Dope. Dope. I was like.